our session. Now, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear ambassadors, my name is Ahmad Shahidov. I represent Azerbaijan Institute for Democracy and Human Rights. And thank you very much for this opportunity to speak at such an important panel. When we talk about inclusive policy making, we should always remember the situation of minorities in the OSCE region, and many minority groups still face discrimination and human rights violations. Sadly, in many cases, these communities are not included in decision-making processes. For example, the Turkish minority living in Western Thrace, Greece, faces serious problems. The Greek government does not recognize their ethnic Turkish identity. Their schools have poor physical conditions and low education quality. They are not allowed to elect their own religious leaders. They cannot choose the management of their religious foundations. Another big problem is the non-implementation of judgments from the European Court of Human Rights. For example, the decision in the case of Zanzibar Turkish Union and other association has not been implemented for 17 years. This is a clear violation of international law. The most difficult situation is that the real representatives of this minority are not included in policymaking process. Their voices are not heard where decisions are made. There are other examples from the OSCE region as well. For example, the Roma community in many countries faces poor living conditions, low education levels, and weak representation in politics. The Crimean Tatars have been heavily oppressed after the occupation of Crimea and are excluded from many international platforms. I would like to share some recommendations as well. Minority communities must have the right to participate in decision-making at local and national levels. OSCE participating states should fully implement the decisions of the European Court of Human Rights. Minority schools and religious communities should have the right to manage themselves in line with international standards. National human rights forums should include the voices of minorities as well. Media should promote tolerance and fight against stereotypes about minorities. In conclusion, tolerance, non-discrimination and equality cannot be achieved only in official documents. It must be visible in real life and the decision-making tables. And for this, inclusive policy-making is the key. And finally, I would like to address my Armenian colleagues again. Dear friends, for the past 2 days, you have been delivering hate speech here. I want to kindly remind you again that the war in Karabakh is over and peace is now on the agenda. We want peace with you, with Armenia, to live together with you as neighbors. And there is no place for revanchist ideas in this platform. But if you are seeking a new vote, then I suggest you go to Armenia and enlist in the Armenian army. But let me warn you again, in the next war, Armenia might lose its sovereignty completely because the Azerbaijani army might be drinking a Turkish tea in Yerevan.
Please remain respectful.
Pray and perform namaz at the Blue Mosque in Yerevan. Thank you for your attention.
UNHCR.